It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say it's even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. We're gonna fill our house with happiness, but we'll smother the blues with tenderness. There's room for you, room for me, for gentle hearts and opportunity. It's the bigger love of the family.
We are three brothers. Our name is I.S.U.P.K and Yeshua. We are Hebrews and we black. We don't celebrate no birthdays, but Halloween or jingle bell stuff. No, we always celebrate what the Lord said, and we don't celebrate what the kid do. We don't have to celebrate it. Yeah, we black. And we with the Lord, so we with the Lord, and right? we don't eat seafood, right? Okay.
I know my pedigree. I know Commander General YAHANNA studied at the foot of the 7 heads. I know he was given charge of this school. I know he's deeper in the game than any other Israelite group out there trying to run with a banner or doctrine that you understand that they've taken from One West. And this is what else that I know, you understand, which is just something extremely simple. You understand that when it comes down to it, I had oil poured on my head from a priesthood, and you don't leave the priesthood. I don't know who poured oil on your head. So someone who identifies as an Israelite, you are my brother. But I can't respect you as a teacher, even if you have teaching ability. I can't respect you as a prophet, because you did not come through the guild that I came through. You didn't come through, you understand, the tutelage that I came through. You didn't pass the examination I passed. You didn't graduate Hebrew Academy. You didn't shut your mouth for months on end and carry camp equipment. You didn't earn your stripes like the men I labor with. So while I look at you as a brother, I cannot look at you as a man of God, because you are not within my gate. I don't know you. And for anybody else out there, continue to search. Like if you're searching, brother, search. Don't believe me. The scripture says try all the spirits. What you're going to find out, though, is if you're sincere, is that this is the home of the truth. And that's the best thing I can tell you.
You know you son across the belly. I prove you lost already.
With this brother right here, Black Hippie. All right, Shalom, Lord Christ, man. I'm out here with this brother right here, Black Hippie. Black Hippie, all right. You know what I'm saying? I want to ask this brother, man, what you feel about Diddy and his, you know what I mean, all the craziness going on with him right now?
What I feel about Diddy? Oh, fuck no, bro. Hell nah, bro.
Yeah. I'm with this brother right here. Global Fix, GLOB, put on GLOB
AL.TICK on Instagram and FAT Global 1. That's FATGLOBAL number 1.
It is plugging. Your sister right here.
How y'all doing? Jennifer.
Look these lovely folk right here. So I want to ask them a couple questions, right? Now, again, let's get the little sister.
Can you see me?
Like Diddy, like no Diddy. But other than that, I feel like Diddy, like music wise.
I.S.U.P.K, they brought her out to North Carolina. That China Monet is in the building. She's here. I.S.U.P.K, they brought her out to North Carolina. That is how we even had a chance to interact and meet with each other. We'll continue where you picked up, brother.
When you come to like the all black party, like y'all came to a Passover or cookout, like we're gonna have a cookout in Atlanta July 6th.
Oh, we're there.
When everybody
we're there. Yeah. Say less. Ugly money's there. What do you mean?
And so and then when y'all see us in that environment, you see the brotherhood and the sisterhood. It's like, okay,
bro, I never see. Listen, not to cut you. Listen, brother. Let me get my mic correct because we need to speak about positive. We don't talk about the positive shit enough. It's always the negative stuff, man. Let me tell you, man. The love that was shown, it was a one-of-one experience, brother. I never went to a function, to a party, to a club, to an event where I felt that much love bombed. I felt safe. I felt understood. It was all me of me, relating with me. Right. It was just something that, from the outside look, I'd never been a part of nothing like it before. That's why if any of the brothers that met me when I at the hotel and I just kept saying it over and over. I'm like, damn, this is not what the perception is, not what, because then when you meet, because me, what I'm saying, I'm vocal with what I see. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna act like I know and I don't, Like I'm learning as I go with certain things. So, me, I gotta give props when it's due.
Bahashim Yahushua. The water Aman. Congratulations. Hum Yashala. Hum Yashala. Hum Yashala. Hum Yashala. Good. Yo soy de Puerto Rico y estas personas son unas personas que están haciendo todo esto por la comunidad. Son unas personas que están trayendo ropa para la gente, para que tengan sus cosas, tengan comida, tengan sus cosas. Soy de San Juan, Puerto Rico y soy una persona bien chévere. Yeah. Good person. We got some food for the community. Yeah. Todo el mundo puede comer, todo el mundo puede venir aquí a buscar ropa y estamos aquí y no lo hago yo. Me dijeron a mí que lo hiciera, yo lo estoy haciendo. Esto es una persona que son bien orgullosas, gracias a Dios, porque esta gente está dándole el futuro a la gente que no tiene nada de comer, no tienen ropa, no tienen nada y estamos aquí. Estamos aquí for the people. That's right. And we right here. I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K. Yeah. Commanding General YAHANNA. Yeah. And Mr. YAHANNA. Yeah. Thank you, brother. We appreciate you. Yeah, hermano. We right here. Yeah. We Puerto Rican. Oh, look. We right here. Ohio. Yeah, Lorraine, Ohio. That's right. Lorraine, Ohio. Elyria, Cleveland. Boston, Massachusetts, New York, that's right. Everything, everywhere, Puerto Rico, San Juan. That's right. We everywhere. Copy. That's right. Everywhere. Yeah, everywhere. Yeah, let me get.
Hello, Domino's? Yeah, let me get 50 chicken wings. Huh? Who's this? Oh, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, let me get 50 chicken wings. Yeah, it is a celebration. Yeah, we celebrate. What we celebrate? Matter of fact, you know what? Make it 100 wings. What we celebrating? Oh, Donald Trump got convicted yesterday, 34 count. Yeah, man. So we celebrate. Let me do that 100 wings. Are you? Huh? Yeah, yep. That's the same Donald Trump. That's the Donald Trump that had the Mexican babies locked up in cages. Yep, that's him. Had them locked up in cages. Now they charged him with 34 count. That's the same one that when Mexicans died coming across over the whole little river thing, coming across from Mexico. He said that's good. Maybe it'll deter them from coming into the country. Yeah, that's him. Matter of fact, you know what, man? This is such a big celebration. Make it 150 wings. Make it 150 wings. Yeah. Who wants it? Wants it? Yeah, 150. Yeah, man. Yup. It's the same Donald Trump who took out a one-page ad against the Central Park 5 even after they was acquitted. Yeah, that was him. Slandered them brothers, man. You know what I mean? Messed their whole lives up. Yeah, man. It's the same Donald Trump that also, No, barbecue, all barbecue. Yeah, that's the same Donald Trump that turned around and locked up Mexicans who had fought in the military, even after they made a deal. They had made a deal that they were going to be able to get their citizenship, and man, they was coming back from the service, and he was locking them up and deporting them, man, by the busload. Yup. Yeah, the one that was president before Biden. The one that was president right before Biden. That's him. He did all kinds of racist things. Remember in his rally, what'd you say? Yes. I was about to say the same thing. In his rally, he turned around and said, when you went to put them in the police car, you banged their head against the door. He was the one that said that. Yeah, man. This cat been a terror on blacks and Latinos and Native Americans. He threw out so many immigrants all across the country. Yeah, you know what? You get me started. Make it 200 wings, man. I tell you what, give me 150 barbecue and give me another 50 of the habanero ones. Can y'all do all this tonight? Because it's going to be a big celebration, man. We're going to have a good time, man. So we need, yeah. Hello, Domino's? Yeah, let me get 50 chicken wings. Huh? Who's this? Oh, how you doing? Yeah, let me get 50 chicken wings. Yeah, it is a celebration. Yeah, we celebrate. What we celebrate? Matter of fact, you know what? Make it 100 wings. What we celebrating? Oh, Donald Trump got convicted yesterday, 34 count. Yeah, man. So we celebrate. Let me do that 100 wings. Are you? Huh? Yeah, yep. That's the same Donald Trump. That's the Donald Trump that had the Mexican babies locked up in cages. Yep, that's him. Had them locked up in cages. Now they charged him with 34 count. That's the same one that when Mexicans died coming across over the whole little river thing, coming across from Mexico. He said that's good. Maybe it'll deter them from coming into the country. Yeah, that's him. Matter of fact, you know what, man? This is such a big celebration. Make it 150 wings. Make it 150 wings. Yeah. Who wants it? Wants it? Yeah, 150. Yeah, man. Yup. It's the same Donald Trump who took out a one-page ad against the Central Park 5 even after they was acquitted. Yeah, that was him. Slandered them brothers, man. You know what I mean? Messed their whole lives up. Yeah, man. It's the same Donald Trump that also, No, barbecue, all barbecue. Yeah, that's the same Donald Trump that turned around and locked up Mexicans who had fought in the military, even after they made a deal. They had made a deal that they were going to be able to get their citizenship, and man, they was coming back from the service, and he was locking them up and deporting them, man, by the busload. Yup. Yeah, the one that was president before Biden. The one that was president right before Biden. That's him. That's him. He did all kinds of racist things. Remember in his rally, what'd you say? Yes. I was about to say the same thing. In his rally, he turned around and said, when you went to put him in the police car, you banged their head against the door. He was the one that said that. Yeah, man. This cat been a terror on blacks and Latinos and Native Americans. He threw out so many immigrants all across the country. Yeah, you know what? You get me started. Make it 200 wings, man. I tell you what, give me 150 barbecue and give me another 50 of the habanero ones. Can y'all do all this tonight? Because it's going to be a big celebration, man. We're going to have a good time, man. So we need, yeah.
That's why I don't know you. I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General YAHANNA, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he made man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
We don't need a black man in the White House. We need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
Clap it up, Akim. Both sides. Let's get it on tonight, man.
Right.
Oh, we're going to go over so many topics tonight. We'll give you the truth about the news of today. Commanding General YAHANNA is on his way. We're going to go over Stephen A. Smith finally getting told what should have been told to his face for years. Today on TV, we'll go over to that. Him and Shannon Sharp and this sister that was so Judite with Stephen A. Smith today. It was very arousing. It was absolutely wonderful, Hazayan. We'll go over that. Also, we'll go over Donald Trump getting convicted of 34 counts. He's a criminal. He's a felon. He's a pariah on society. Donald Trump. He shouldn't get a job. He shouldn't be able to have a driver's license. He shouldn't be able to vote. He should not be able to own a handgun or any gun at all. A criminal. America is just a country, a haven for criminals. That's what this country is, a haven for criminals like Donald Trump. We'll go over that tonight as well. We'll go over Little Yachty and Sexy Red. We'll go over all of these topics. Also, if you have anything that you would like to comment on or you would like to discuss, come on, man. We welcome your input. You know how we are around here. Why do I have to say this? And you know we're here with General Hazayan.
That's right.
My hand. Officer Morale, Officer Yedaya, Officer Ibai. We'll get it on in here tonight, man. Officer Yedaya, you can please begin whenever you're ready.
Colonel McCon, sir. Massachusetts teacher placed on leave after staging mock slave auction and using the N-word in class.
Can you believe this, House? 2024, right? All of the marching and all of the TikTok videos and all of the awareness that everyone has. People could, maybe say 30 years ago, 20 years ago, they weren't aware about their offensive behavior and how offensive and belittling they are to our children. But now, clearly, because of social media, they know they're defiant to even care about your feelings. They're defiant to care about your self-respect. Check this story out, House. Woo! Oh, I'm sorry. Check out the video, House, please.
A Southborough teacher accused of 2 racist incidents in the classroom. The first back in January when the 5th grade teacher had a lesson on slavery. The superintendent said in a letter to parents, and I'm quoting, during the lesson, the educator held an impromptu mock slave auction. The educator asked 2 children sitting in the front of the room who were of color to stand, and the educator in class discussed physical attributes. But Superintendent Gregory Martineau says he wasn't informed about it until a second incident involving the same teacher months later. That's when he says the teacher read a book to the 5th grade class and inserted the N-word into the text. Parents started speaking up, and it got the attention of the superintendent 3 months after the original incident.
It was appalling to see that the principal stood by and didn't take any action. Second time the same teacher did that.
It happened in January. We just got the news. It is shocking to hear this. Just last night we didn't know about the incident.
That delay prompting the superintendent to apologize this week, saying, quote, I acknowledged that there were missteps in this process that further complicated the situation. Ultimately, I am responsible for ensuring students are in a safe and supportive learning environment. The details are so shocking, it's almost hard to believe. A Southborough teacher.
That's enough. Let me tell you, we'll be able to do one of these stories every week, Hans. This is a 5th grader in school. And, did you hear? The devil was reading a book. The book did not have the N-word in it. The devil inserted the N-word in the book because it wasn't written in the text, Hans. The devil was just trying to teach these children about, history. This is a history class. There are so many people like this in society, brother. Let me tell you, the great crime of America, the great crime of Western society is racism and slavery. And that crime can never receive justice because they do not regret doing it.
No.
It's like any crime anyone could be forgiven for if they repent, if they would restore the pledge, if they would give back what was stolen. That's in the Bible, Hans.
That's right.
The problem with racism and Christianity and white supremacy is they do not regret it.
No.
They're not sorry for doing it.
No.
In the pit of their heart, they are happy that their fathers had the guts to put you in slavery, had the courage, had the foresight to enslave your grandmother and your grandfather, to steal the land from our brothers, the so-called North American Indian, to enslave and subjugate the people of South and Central America. This crime can never receive justice. The wound can never heal because the villains are happy that they committed the crime. And if you don't believe me, look at a story like this. This is some devil, some oppressor that wants little children to never forget that his people used to own you. His people used to put you in captivity, Officer Marad. Do me a favor, raise this camera, taste you die if you don't mind. Go ahead.
Salaki, sir, if I may, I got a personal story, right?
If you don't mind.
My rib took my son to the park. And he's autistic, so he doing different things, and he liked the sliding board, so he was being Judah and just controlling the sliding board the way UPK children do. So
if you don't mind, I put a split screen with the story, and that way it doesn't look like a Zoom meeting. Go ahead.
Okay, come on, sir. And if I may, so of course he was like sort of hogging the sliding board, so some devils came over there, tried to bully him. But of course, he a little strong, so they couldn't do it. So when my rib went over to him to try to say, what y'all doing? They said, what? They said, we're brown and you're white. They said, we're white and you're brown.
They said, we're white and you're brown.
He said, we are white and you're brown.
Who said this? Little kids said this.
Little kids at a park.
Come on, 2024. That was a lot of marching to still have that going on. Huh?
General, they don't understand. Like, man, you understand who you dealing with. That's why the Lord said in the book of Romans that you're going to learn from things written aforetime, General. You're going to learn from this Old Testament, man. You know what I mean? Give me Obadiah real fast, verse 10. Let me go to Obadiah 10 for y'all. There's a couple of things I wanted to bring out, but let me go to Obadiah 10 first, man, because what you got to understand is the Lord see what's going on too. And there is a price to pay for what you have done to God's chosen people, man.
You know what I mean? And listen, you can be proud all you want, be puffed up, or be strong, and be diligent in what you're doing for you and yours. But the Lord said it's the price to pay for what you have done to us, man. That's right. Give me Obadiah verse 10. All these pastors out here want to try to say, get rid of the Old Testament. The Old Testament is nothing. It's just stories and fairy tales. It ain't true. But I'm going to remind you of that Edomite cat who called himself a so-called pastor. He warned y'all. He told y'all he was talking to his own kind. He said, y'all better watch it. Because them black people are God's chosen people. He tried to warn you. Now, you hear from us all the time, but you heard it from one of your own kind. You want to ignore it? That's on you, but it is a price to pay. The Bible says that, brother. Read verse 10, Obadiah.
Con, sir. Obadiah.
And Obadiah was a prophet of God. Go ahead.
Con, Obadiah 1 and 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob.
Say it again.
For thy violence against thy brother
Say
Jacob.
It one more time.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob.
Esau and Jacob were brothers. Esau is the father of every so-called oppressor race. All of them come from Esau. Every last one. Jacob, you 12 tribes, so-called black, Hispanic, Native Indians, you are the 12 tribes, nation of Israel. You come from Jacob. So because of violence they done did against Jacob, who were brothers, go ahead.
Con, sir. Shame shall cover thee.
Shame gonna cover you for what you've done. Because when we realize that we are God's chosen, it's like, oh, we made a mistake. You know how like you're a bully and you pick with the wrong kid in the neighborhood and you realize, yo, that kid belongs to and you be like scared, like, oh, I made a mistake. Here they come. I know that family. Oh, Lord, I'm going to get it now. That's the realization y'all going to realize with us. Shame going to cover you. Go ahead.
Con. And thou shalt be cut off forever.
That's going to come a time, brother, like it says in the book of Job, man, that it's going to come a time where you're no longer going to exist on the earth. You're going to be like a museum. We're going to take our kids to the museum and be like, yo, these are the ones that ruled the earth were so cruel. Kids like, who, them? You're going to be like, yeah, them. Yes. That's dumb. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to be cut off for the things you did. And it's righteous what the Lord said. The Bible says in Revelations that when Yahweh shall return, it said, in righteousness does he judge and make war. That's coming. And for what you have done to us. This is ridiculous, man. Like in 2024, we got to still sit up here and put up with slave narratives, huh? Now, you know what get me, General? They were trying to get rid of slavery in history, right? Yeah, come. Saying it was, what was it? What did they say it was? The Great Migration. So which one is it now? Come on now, oppressors. Is it the Great Migration or is it slavery? Which one is it? Can you make up your mind? Which one you wanted to be? Which one you wanted to be? But for you black, Hispanic, Native Indians, it's also a wake-up call for this here, right? You understand? This is a wake-up call for you, right? And this is the wake up. That narrative that teacher was trying to tell you was also telling y'all something. Because that same narrative in that class he was trying to teach you is showing you and telling you that you are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. That what he did in that class is biblical prophecy that happened to us. You understand me? For being disobedient to the Lord. What he did, that auction, that slave auction, what he did was a prophecy that happened to the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Go to Deuteronomy 20 and 15 real fast. And then verse 68, and I'm going to leave it alone, so real quick. Real quick. This is just a lesson to let you know that you're part of these 12 tribes. If you ever wanted to wonder who you were and the Bible was really actually correct or slavery was in the Bible, yes, it was. And your ancestors suffered this. So if your ancestors suffered this and they go back to them, then guess who you are? It ain't saying you African American. It ain't saying you African. It ain't saying all them different monikers you try to carry, but it is saying when Moses talked to the 12 tribes that this was going to happen for being disobedient. Verse 15 first, brother, read.
Con, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
The Bible said we'll not hearken, meaning we'll not listen unto what the Lord is telling you. What is he telling you? The laws to follow. Stop eating shrimp, crab, pork, lobster. Stop committing adultery, taking another man's woman. Stop being whores out here having sex with multiple men. You understand me? Go ahead.
Con, sir. To observe and to do all his commandments.
To do all the things the Lord said. Let me tell you something. It ain't hard to do what the Bible say do, man. Christian church tell you, it's so hard to be perfect. Are you kidding me, man? The Lord say, don't do this, don't do it. Don't go here, don't go there. It's simple. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. And his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Go ahead.
That all these curses.
All these what?
Curses.
All these what?
Curses.
A curse is a very, very bad thing. Go ahead.
Khan, shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now, will come upon you and overtake. Now go to verse 68. This is what we call milk in the scriptures. Milk in the truth. And you need milk to get nourished, man. You got to really know who you are according to the Bible. You got to know that really, you know, these things, the scriptures really belong to you. And get fortified in it. You know when a baby is born and she's nursing from the mother's womb, that milk she's getting or that milk that baby getting, whether it's, you know, the breast or the Similac, it's fortifying that baby, giving you some nourishment, some strength, right? That's what this is for you. To know that who you are in the Bible, this is your milk right here, man. Read verse 68.
Khan, sir, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
The word Egypt means bondage. Egypt means bondage because we was in bondage in Egypt. He said they're going to bring it to you again. What does that mean? We left out of bondage one time, went through the Red Sea, came out. He said, bring you back there again. How? Go ahead.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
One more time.
With ships.
Cargo slave ships, man. A lot of cats out here trying to dispel what we teach. You can't get around cargo slave ships. It ain't say trains. It ain't say nothing else but cargo slave ships. It ain't say caravan. Get out of here with that. It said with ships. The transatlantic slave trade, period. Read.
Khan, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Yeah, you're not going to see your homeland again until Yahweh shall return. That's why it's so foolish to go over there and think you're going to have settlement over there, you're going to live over there. You are, listen, if you go over to Israel, live right now, it's the same as living in America. And like, it ain't no difference. It don't make no sense. You go over there, you got serving their military. They making every person that's of color live over there by the daggone electrical lines, getting cancer and all that kind of stuff, new facilities and all that, man. It makes no sense. You might as well stay where you at. Go ahead.
Khan, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
You shall be what?
Sold unto your enemies.
This is what that teacher did in the class. He put them on an auction block, was mock selling them. This actually happened to us as a people. You were brought over here and sold to who? Your what?
Your enemies.
Your who?
Your enemies.
Your friends?
Your enemies.
Your enemies, man. And this is what God said in the Holy Bible. He said your enemies are going to sell you. And what that teacher was mocking to everybody in that class. Go ahead.
Khan. For bondmen and bondwomen.
Bond is slavery, man. You're slaves. You're a bondman, you're a bondwoman. You're a soul. That teacher mocked that. You understand? I'm taking this time now to show you that this mocking is in the Bible. This mocking is showing you who you really truly are. So take this time to learn about your history and your heritage, man. If this is part of your ancestral heritage, then you are part of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You ain't African and you ain't African American. Furthermore, you know, I want to know how the hell are you African American when Africa is named after Leo Scipius Africanus, an Italian cat. Americanus Vespucci, another Italian cat. So how the hell you call yourself African American? Are you simple? Before that, you was Negro. Before that, you was just black. Which one is it? All these monikers they giving you, and all of it is wrong. All of it is wrong. The Lord said this, man. You are part of them 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. If your ancestors came over here and was part of that slave trade, they were sold on auction blocks, you are part of the 12 tribe nation of Israel. That's it, sir.
Give my hand. Well done, Haas. Let me say shalom to some brothers out there and sisters. Kwashab Loyal. I see you, warrior. Nazam Jewel. Who else? Give me some more names, Marah.
If I may, RCKW said, guaranteed that teacher was a Christian.
Yeah, please, I believe you're right, RCKW. Who else? Tamika Shanta, Maria Stevenson, Takayaf. I see you, RCKW, Rick W, I believe. Who else is up here, man? All the brothers and sisters that tune in with us every week, man. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you get those likes up. Make sure you tell your family members, brother, so that when Jesus Christ returns,
you can enjoy the kingdom of heaven with your family members. So we can all be together. We were together here in this hell, starving and suffering together. If your family members come into the truth, brother, peradventure, we might be able to have the kingdom of heaven together, man.
That's right, sir.
We might be able to rule side by side.
That's right, sir.
We suffered slavery side by side.
That's right,
If we all came back to the Most High, man, maybe we'd have paradise together. Let's get it on, Yediah.
Why you hit me like this? Michigan State trooper drove unmarked vehicle over curb, striking and killing black man charged with murder.
Here we go again. We could do one of these every week if you want, Haas.
Wow.
We could just do the same stories every week, keep the same breakdowns every week. Please explain this story to me, Yediah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It says white Michigan State trooper was charged with second-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter this week, killing black man with his SUV.
Keep going.
Colonel Wakan, sir. While pursuing him for a probation violation last month, Michigan State Police Sergeant Brian Keeley is facing up to life in prison for killing Samuel Sterling, a 25-year-old father of two who was known as locally as a rap artist. The incident took place on April 17th while Keeley was working with a federal U.S. Marshal Service task force along with several other officers.
So now this officer is out looking for people with warrants, Haas. This police officer, Salaki. He's looking for people with warrants. He sees the brother putting air in his tire. Right? Am I right, Yediah? The cat is putting air in his tire. The cops, he sees the police. The brother goes to run. The cop drives up on the sidewalk and runs him over to catch him. Runs him over with a car. What was this warrant for? Did they say? He had some type of warrant. I doubt if he was Mohammed Atta. I doubt if this was Osama bin Laden. In Pakistan, they were looking for Haas. Some poor brother has a warrant for God knows what. He received a death sentence for having this warrant. The cop just ran him over in his car. In 2024, with all the Barack Obama and the Biden and the voting and the Trump and the Democrats and the Republicans, this cop just runs him over in his car, Rock, and that's just that. Go ahead. A parole violation, Haas. Probably for smoking weed or having a blunt or his car smelling like weed.
You know, General, when you're on parole and probation, right? If you're not cool with your probation officer, they can violate you for almost anything. A lot of times they violate you for bullshit because to get you back in the system gives them more points.
Please.
You know what I mean? So by them violating you and getting you back in the system, it makes them look real like credible. Like they really somebody. And they do that to a lot of people.
Yeah.
This could have been anything. You mean to tell me this cat putting air in his tire and you see him and he run and you run him over with a car? Okay, where's the threat of anybody's life? Did he point a gun at you? Did he try to shoot at you? Did he do anything that would warrant, you in defensive life? And I still can't see even that to try to run him over with a car. Are you killing me? You kidding me? Like it makes no sense. But it just lets you know, like the Lord told you, we just read the scripture where it says your enemies sold you into slavery. He is the descendant of the one that sold us into slavery. And the Lord said, he your enemies. Like we ain't just making this stuff up. Contrary to what y'all believe out there, this is the truth according to the Bible. For the violence against your brother Jacob. That was a violent criminal act he did. You kidding me? And you know what's crazy, General? Go ahead. As he was part of a task force. And on that task force, this is not the first time they had done something violent to a black man. I'm going to tell you right now, that has happened before. Forget about it. This time he went too far. Parliament, this time he went a little bit too far. You understand what I'm saying? It was no warrant for this here, man. Wasn't no cause. I wasn't there, and there should be Monday morning quarterbacking, but there wasn't no cause for that right there. Cat putting in a probation violation, are you kidding me? Yeah. What you should have done, let me tell you something, a cat that has tactics would have done. We'd have saw him, crept up on him, block his entrance where he can't get in the car and drive off. Right? We can't go. Block the car. Back, we got him covered. Hop out If he run, chasing, tackling, now he done. But you run him over with your car? You kidding me? And then you kill him with the car. Which means, Jimmy, you know how violent that is?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all think about this here. This man got ran over. He hit him with the car and boo, 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 kept on going like a speed bump to kill him. Come on, man.
What you're saying is the truth. Once again, listen, I welcome the robot, the new robot overlords, Oz. When are the robots going to take over? I'm waiting for that. Let the robots be the police. Let all the robots and the AI. When are we going to get some of that? What's the company in Terminator, that movie? Remember the company in the Terminator movie that was going Skynet? When is Skynet going to come in here and be the police? I welcome you. I welcome the robot overlords to come in here, and they'll be better cops than the humans. Because the humans that are cops right now, they're the descendant of slave owners, like you said.
Yep.
I'd rather, it was an excellent story in Philadelphia. I sent this to you 3 months ago, you dyer. I forgot to go over it. Where in the city of Philadelphia, they said they loosened up all of the restrictions on hiring cops. They're going to hire you with no high school degree. They're going to hire you if you cannot meet, this is the most important one you need for cops. They're going to hire you if you cannot meet the physical requirements of running. And guess who applied? Big-breasted black women. I welcome them, Haas. Let the women with the biggest breasts become cops. The breast so big, the woman built like an LPN. You know what I'm talking about when I say, everybody knows what I mean. Is that the right one, the LPN? Oh, she built like an LPN, Haas. Yeah, that's something among the brothers. They know what I'm talking about. That's a certain structure. With that nurse that just comes in there and changes the bedpan. She built for nothing but minor labor. That's all she can do. She can barely carry that burden from hospital room to hospital room. The burden is so heavy. Let her become a cop. She don't want to run. The problem with cops is all these ex-military cats. All these old snipers and Navy SEAL cats, they leave Iraq and now they cops and they treat you like you are Osama bin Laden when you're at the red light. They're sick out of their minds with all of that nonsense and drugs and taking them old Joe Rogan drugs. You know what? Let a person be a cop that can barely run. That's all. They can barely get around the car. She's huffing and puffing. The breasts are dragging her down by gravity into the ground. Let her be a cop instead of these Edomites, these oppressors who think that they're in a war, sitting there in a car in North Philly or in Brooklyn. They think they're in Iraq. They think they're in Afghanistan. You're not. Relax, oppressor. It's okay. It's fine. He has a parole violation for smoking a blunt, and now weed is legal. Relax.
You know what, General?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna share a story with everybody.
Please.
Right? And I know I reference sometimes, things I've been done in the past in the world, right? But that's for a lesson for everybody. But here's another one I want to give y'all, right? When I got discharged, right, in 1993, I had offers to become prison guard, get them to the city, a couple other ones, right? And I was talking to the person. I had a definite shoe in. All they do is put my name on the thing they was gonna get me. And I said, no, I can't do it. They was like, why? I don't understand. You got all the requirements, but you just got the military. I said, but you don't understand my mindset right now. I got out the military. I knew that my mindset wasn't right for police work, sir. You understand me?
I hear you.
And I sat down and I talked to him. Matter of fact, it was my godfather, was so-called in the world, right? And we sat down, we had a good talk. We had a nice long talk about it, right? And I had to tell him that, I said, you don't understand. I got out the military. We just had that first Persian Gulf War. My mind, and I've been in other things in different places, my Royal Liberia, just different places we've been to, right? And I said, my mind got to get that Marine Corps out my head. I said, because the military is a whole different animal, what they teach you. And I said, my mind wasn't right for me to be no cop on those streets. I'm going to get in trouble. You know what I mean? I'm going to do something that's going to be overboard, sir. And I knew it. I understood it. So when I said, you know what? I can't do this job. I couldn't. And I left it alone until I was able to do the job. You know what I mean? But till then, I was like, no, I can't do it, man. I couldn't do it. You understand? Like, they got to know, and you got to know, like, cats come home from the military, you got to be very careful with them. And you got to really make sure they get that stuff out their system, because that's some stuff that stick inside of you, man. If you ain't really about changing your life, it's gonna come out some kind of way. Like how you said, just like right now, Jim came out with that cat, ran him over the car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a slogan that we had that they teach you in Marine Corps boot camp. I ain't gonna say it on the radio, but everybody who's been in, they know what it means, and they drill it in your head. And you get out, and it's like, you know, now you out, and you learn all this stuff, and you know, you run around, and you walk around like this, like, what the hell? And then, but if something happened, you go back to what you was trained. And I knew it, so I said I ain't gonna do it. This cat right here had some stuff in him that he was trained in, that it came right back to him. Because guarantee you, that training is not part of what police do. You don't train no cop to run nobody over with a car. You don't do that. Where did that come from? Came from somewhere else. You understand what I'm saying? It comes from somewhere else. So I just want to share that story with y'all, man, and let y'all know, man, that you got to be careful with cats coming out the military, man. They got to learn how to change their life. They got to have a time period to change their life. You understand? That battle mode in here ain't going to get you. And I remember I told my guy pop at the time, I said, you know what, if I go in there right now, well, my mind said I'm going to probably be in jail. Because if something happened, I'm going to take it to what I was taught in the Marine Corps. Because there's too much enemy right now. And I ain't do it. I said, no, thank you. I walked away from it. You know what I'm saying? What kind of Christ?
Morale.
Colonel Wakan, sir, I just want to bring out a few comments, sir.
Please.
If I may, Kyle Smith said, if he's on parole, then they have his address, which is funny. When you said let the sister be a cop, I mean, you know, you can get back up and just go to his house. You got his address.
It's
He on
not that
parole.
serious. You know what a cop would be if we weren't black and Hispanic? It'd be like the trash people or the sanitation workers or the water department or the electricity department. It would be a municipal agency that handles crime.
Yep.
Just like the trash department is a municipal agency that handles garbage and trash.
Yep.
It wouldn't be all of these dramatics, all of these movies and you know, movies and TV shows. So these cops can be so damn dramatic. It is unnecessary. Treat us like we're white. That is you want to understand the black people's plight and why people march and why they protest. It is from the ignorance of believing that you can be treated like you're white if you're black. That is the essence of the entire civil rights movement. Everything you've ever seen in life about black people being upset is this. Why can't you treat us like we're white? That's it. They want the police to treat us like we're white. In voting, they want the voting system in America to treat black people like they're white. The Hispanics want to be treated like they're white refugees from the Ukraine or from Russia or from France. They want to be Hispanics want to be treated like they're white. And because we can never be treated like we're white, we of course get upset because we're under this illusion that it's possible, and white people get angry because they're tired of us asking. I mean, you have the video asked for? You have it, you know? This is all we need. Let me solve police. Philadelphia is trying to be a trailblazer with policing. You know what you need? Big-breasted cops. Cops with giant breast highs. I'm talking about them LPN breast highs. What's them cups? Them cups is really, who knows what cup it is. The cup is wastebasket. That's the cup. The cup is like in gallons by now. By now we're dealing with gallons. That's all you need, because she doesn't want to run. She don't want to chase nobody down. She's a woman, so she's squeamish. She has a computer. Let's solve crime with a computer. How about that? It's 2024. Let's pull up the address and stop all these and stop acting like you're Starsky and Hutch. Stop acting like you're in some goddamn movie all the effing time. This is what we need, Haas. Go ahead and play it. Paul, you're gonna know where to pause it. I'll tell you where to pause it. You might know yourself. Go ahead. They're trying to get things right. They're trying to make policing simple. And here's what else kills me about policing in America. Then when the crime goes up, you know what they say? It's the fault of the black fathers. Fathers are at fault. The black mother is not watching her child enough. Where are your children at? Then when the crime goes up, they blame the black community like it's our job because we're not informing enough on our family members because we're not snitching, because we're not cooperating with the cops. Is it my fault if the trash doesn't get picked up? Is it my fault if the electricity doesn't work? Is it my fault if the water doesn't come out of my faucet? Why is it the police force, if they don't do their job, it's the fault of the citizen? So what, does a black father have to go to work all day, then come home and walk around at night with a flashlight and become a neighborhood watch after work? It's a nigga that's paid to stop crime.
Yep.
Don't he get money to stop crime?
Yep.
So your mother has to go outside and form a goddamn neighborhood watch team after work. You do it. You get paid. You stop crime, police officers. You handle it. Just like the trash men pick up the trash. Just like the water department gives you water.
Yep.
It's the police. It's your fault if there's crime because you work for the people. This is what we need in police forcing around America. Do you have it yet, Warrior? Go ahead and play it, please.
Were people of color, only a fraction of them were getting in. Now, following our investigation, City Council passed legislation.
We're tight with the time. The majority in these major cities, the majority of police applicants are people of color. But they're not getting in. They're trying to become cops, but they won't let them become cops. They won't let them police black neighborhoods. Here's a fix. Go ahead.
Found that while the majority of applicants to the police academy were people of color, only a fraction of them were getting in. Now, following our investigation, City Council passed legislation and the department started making changes to its hiring practice. We are now seeing the results of those actions. Philadelphia Police Academy class number 406 is part of a trend at the department since last year. The 5 academy classes that have started since the fall are made up of majority Black, Hispanic, and Asian recruits.
It definitely lets you know that they don't discriminate, that everyone is equal.
It's a change from 2020 when the NBC 10 investigators found 70% of applicants to the academy were people of color, yet Black, Hispanic, and Asian recruits made up 29% of academy classes at that time. We found that people of color were being denied entry because of poor credit, work history, and driving records. Following our report, then council member Sherelle Parker
Did you hear that, Haas? I never knew this, Haas. They were denying black people to become cops because of their credit score.
Yep.
Your credit score.
Yes.
Black people could not become cops because of their credit score. They couldn't become cops. Donald Trump is about to be president with 41 felonies. But a black person and a Hispanic could not become a cop because your credit rating was too low.
Yep.
Keep going.
Introduced legislation to address debt as a barrier to entering the academy.
And we had a business practice that eliminated people, for most importantly, Black and brown people, for people who have debt.
Head of recruitment for PPD, Captain John Walker, says recruits are now able to join the academy with some debt. The recruitment unit is also allowing people with a lengthy work history to be considered. Drug use is still prohibited, but prior marijuana use is becoming more acceptable.
We're removing some of them barriers that are problematic.
PPD provided us this video of recruits training. One of the more recent changes is the lowering of the physical test requirement to enter the academy.
We saw that we had people that weren't able to pass the 1.5-mile run, but our entry standard was the same as the exit standards.
So now people such as Carter can join the.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need. Listen, they got people. They used to have the cop only had to run 1.5 miles.
Yeah.
They hiring people now that can't get from here to there without falling out. Good. Good. You ask that broad to get from here to the end of this table. She's gonna take 2 breaks. Good. Sit down. Relax. You ain't gotta chase me all around the damn neighborhood. What you want? Y'all niggas want these old RoboCop Navy SEALs, don't you? Not I. I want her. Put her back. Put her on the big screen now, Mara. Put her on the big screen. This is my cop right here. Where is she at? She can. This is who I'm hiring now. We get some power. This is who you're gonna see in your neighborhood right here. This is who Commander General YAHANNA is looking for in his new police force. Right here. Rewind the tapes. Come on, sister. Come on, sit down and relax and get on that computer and look up addresses. Rewind a little bit. They wouldn't listen. They were stopping you from being cops because you had debt. Debt. So imagine you go and get student loans and you get an eviction. You can't even become a cop because of financial debt. And because they wanted you to run 1.5 miles straight. Listen, can you get up and walk around this table? And here's your badge, baby girl. Just relax. Here's your badge. Go ahead, play it again, Mariah. That part a little bit before that.
Able to pass the 1.5 mile run, but our entry standard was the same as the exit standards.
So now people such as Carter can join the academy running at a slower pace as long as they meet the physical standard by graduation.
Well, you just have to work at it. And when you want something bad enough, you'll put the work in.
The changes have led to a shift in the demographics. Now,
That's all you need. Huh? Listen, you can't run. You can't run 6 steps. Work on it. In the meantime, sit at a desk, run the computer, look up names on the thing. Done. Operate that command force with all them computer screens, all that big old laboratory. Salakia.
I said, I can't leave. Be on top of my
I'm sorry. I apologize again, everybody. I was meant to. Listen, forget everything I said.
Come in. Cut it off.
Go ahead.
I know y'all about tired of them guys. I done fought so much with them Philly guys. You done it. Glad you did it.
The problem with this place is you can't fix any of these problems without getting rid of Esau. That's the problem. He's the problem. Get me in the scriptures, if I could, Akim.
Yes, sir.
Get me in the scriptures where Esau came back from hunting with that pottage that he tried to get from Jacob. Get me that story, because this will really let you know the spirit of an Edomite. If at all possible, do not run from an Edomite. I'm going to tell you why. An Edomite is not much different than a dog. You ever see a guard dog? You walk in the yard, he see you, he stop. But if you run, he chase off after you. It's his natural instinct. Well, this animal is the same way. He killed that brother ox simply because that brother ran. He took his damn life and probably did it many times. I done seen, growing up in the Bronx, I seen many cops jump the sidewalk with them patrol cars and run over brothers with water and run over brothers with motorcycles. Okay? I done seen it many, many times. You know what I'm saying? You know where you go? You got it? Read that real quick.
Carter Khan, so the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
See that? He got a nature in him to go and kill. It's a natural, it ain't a thing where he got to go and kill because he got to eat. He go and kill because it's natural for him. He was made to kill and destroy, which is why the Lord raised him up to be destroyed, right or wrong.
Yes, sir.
And his day is coming. So go ahead.
Colonel one Khan, sir. A man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents.
Right. Jacob was a civilized man. When they say a plain man, it means like a civilized man. A man that knows how to build a tent, grow food, be properly organized. This cat wanted to be in the woods just killing, and he's still that way today. And his killing don't even be for hunting. Remember Dick Cheney?
Oh, yeah.
Dick Cheney went out hunting. They killed like 350 geese and then shot his man.
That's right.
He shot the geese, then killed his boy. He didn't kill him, but blew his head off. Like, that's who these people are. Go ahead, Doc.
Colonel Wakan, sir. Colonel Wakan. And verse 28. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison.
Right.
But Rebekah loved Jacob.
But get me to the part where he comes to Isaac after he's hunting and can't. It's coming up. Go ahead, tell him what verse you in.
In the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 29.
Go ahead.
And Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field and was faint.
He was faint. Why was he faint? Because he couldn't stop chasing the kill. Go ahead.
Verse 30. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage.
That spirit of killing that's in Esau is why he can't rule the earth. Right. It's why he had to sell that birthright to Jacob, because he'll kill until there's nothing left to kill. He'll just keep on killing like any bloodthirsty murderer. And he ain't that great at it either. Go ahead, Op. Is that it? So he went to Jacob. I think that's more than enough. What I wanted to add to what y'all was saying, if I could, was, let me tell you something. Show you how dumb the people in charge of us are. Now, they done dropped the standards, hired black and Latinos and all of that, and brought them all in, right? The crime is going to double. Mm-hmm. The crime is going to double because the criminals are now going to be on the police force. You lowered the standard. You understand? That whole credit thing you was talking about, you know why that credit thing is there? Because if you got bad credit, you more than likely trying to steal something to get that credit straight. So they turn it around saying, don't hire them with the bad credit because otherwise they'll become a criminal. Yep. And that's exactly what's going on. They're going to mess our whole cities up with this garbage that they're getting ready to come to. And once again, didn't we do this back in the 80s or the 70s, call in for black cops and wanted black mayors, black cops.
Oh, 80s for sure. I
remember that. You know what I mean? We started recruiting for black cops, black this, black that, and got all of that, and all the cities went to hell. The real issue with dealing with these bastards is we got to cut them off. Like, what good is it if you got black cops if Esau's bringing drugs into the city?
Yes, sir.
What's the difference? What's the difference is if every time you go to open up a business, you get cut off and his business gets to thrive and flourish. Help me out. What's the difference? None. That's the problem with these bastards. There is no working with them. Even the brothers, here's the sad part. Here's the sad, sad part about this. Not saying I want Esau in there, but these brothers and sisters are going to get themselves killed. They're going to be killed, injured, lawsuits, all of that. All of that going to happen because they went and tried to fix Esau's problem while Esau continued to be a goddamn thief. I yield.
You die. Come, please.
Kana Wakan, sir. Kana Wakan. The next story, sir, was a big story. What happened with Sexy Red and Lil Yachty. We have the video. The rapper Sexy Red was on Lil Yachty's podcast, and she made, a comment what happened to her and how she was raped. And this was the brother's reaction.
Did she say who she was raped by? Oh, let me just hear the tape. Can we get it? Can we play this for everybody, Morale?
Yes, sir.
No issues? Okay, go ahead. Let us get some sound on it. Jump in with the brothers. Evil work.
That was like the craziest thing that's ever happened to you.
Crazy shit. And it's gonna stay between us.
I got raped before. That's the craziest thing that ever happened to me.
Maybe something a little under that.
Okay,
maybe something. Okay,
I mean, I don't know. Like,
maybe something.
Shootout?
There we go. Shootouts.
Yeah, there we go.
High speed?
Yeah, that's more what we were thinking.
Yeah. That was crazy.
It's hard. You die. I think he could explain.
Khan. So what she said was, they asked her what's the craziest thing that ever happened to her.
She said she was raped.
She said she was raped.
What did they say? They said something and started laughing.
They laughed first, and then was like, "Is there anything else?" And then she said, "A shootout." And then they laughed it all even further. Like, yeah, tell us about the shootout.
Yeah. I think I understand.
I think I do too. Please get down, man.
Oh, you want to?
No, go ahead. I'll come in
I
after
believe
you.
you died. He have to confirm if this is right. It sounds like when they asked the question, they was hoping for her to say something like something crazy sexually or something, ghetto fun, a shootout, a threesome, doing too much, smoking too much weed, drinking too much. Instead, she actually told the truth about the most traumatic event in her life, which was being sexually assaulted, and that's why they laughed, because they did not want her to say that. They wanted her to say something ghetto fun.
And I got you, and probably didn't even care. And if I could, this is Sexy Red. Go back to the tape and back up to right before she says, I was raped. And everybody look at her, and you're going to see a 5-year-old baby girl that's destroyed from what has happened to her. And she already knows that nobody's going to hear her. Like, this is like, boy, this is, if I could, this right here, this clip that Miran's about to play is an absolute perfect lesson on how to look at entertainers who are totally extravagant sexually. This applies to Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Gorilla. What a name. Who else? I.S.U.P.K. I never seen her, but I.S.U.P.K. and whoever other ones there. This applies to all of them. What, I.S.U.P.K. ain't supposed to be in there?
I think it's surprised you never heard of him, I guess.
You surprised I never heard of him? Oh,
okay.
Oh, okay. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't listen to the radio too much no more. Too many commercials. But go ahead. They're giving it to him. Okay. You know, man. I guess after the Black Watch party, you like, we can win any one of them, man. We can put them out the world, man. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all gonna let me take the lead. You never know. So this is a great lesson for that. And a lesson that how this thing changes a child's life. You touch this child, and this child is damaged forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, play it.
And it's gonna stay between us.
I got raped with her.
Look at her face.
That's
Look
the
at her,
craziest thing that ever happened to me.
look at her face. Look. That's
Crazy shit. And it's gonna stay between us.
I got raped with her.
Look at.
That's the craziest
Wait till
thing
that
that
head
ever
drop.
happened to me.
Maybe something a little under that.
Okay,
Maybe something.
Okay,
I mean, I don't know. Like,
maybe something.
You tell us like the craziest.
And listen, you could tell even in the interview, the fact that they laughed and said it annoyed her. Because, of course, this horrible thing, she got to act like never happened, which is so why the Lord always sends the priest out when the nation was destroyed. Only the men of God can fix the nation. Because only the men of God can actually spot what's wrong. You understand? Like, you'll go to T.D. Jakes looking to see what's wrong, and then you find a tape in Diddy house with T.D. Jakes and her or somebody else. Play it one more time for me, Miran, for everybody at home. This is a textbook lesson in spotting child abuse and sexual abuse. This woman is all over the world making millions of dollars by evil, wicked executives who are using her to teach all. Have you seen the recruitment on these concerts? Yo, when they drop one of these concerts out, the young girls come by they had one in Philly recently. You saw that one in Philly the other night? Brother, I'm coming up Girard Avenue. Girard Avenue was like a strip club. Yeah. Am I lying? Girard Avenue was just like going, not even a strip club. Girard Avenue was like going to a stripper's fashion show. They was lined up for blocks coming out the concert naked. I mean, naked. All ages, mainly all young girls coming to see these concerts. And these concerts is being set up by Esau to destroy our babies, man. You understand? When we get rid of Esau out from among us, we're going to actually have something. We're going to actually have a people that can now be brought into the right direction. She don't even like what she's doing. One more time for me, Mariah, and I'm getting off if y'all want to jump in.
You tell us like the craziest thing that's ever happened to you.
Look at that.
Crazy shit.
That's where it went. Heard her say,
I got raped with her.
See that?
That's the craziest thing that ever happened to me.
Maybe something a little under that.
Okay,
maybe something.
I mean, I don't know. Like,
maybe something.
Shootout?
There we go.
Shootouts,
Yeah,
there we go.
High
There we go.
speed.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
more what we were
Show
thinking.
you that
Yeah.
these podcasts is a part of the problem too. You know what I mean? Like that's the point of these podcasts is to help make it, more exciting. Like you said, shootout or you know what I'm saying, something like that. This is disgusting. Y'all, I ain't silencing y'all.
No.
Got all quiet on this.
No.
Yeah, go ahead, please. They know about this, right?
Salaki, sir, it was clear and obvious that one, they didn't have no solution for her. They had no answers for that. That Lil Yachty, he wears fingernail polish. So what are you gonna say?
One of the two that was sitting in there.
Yeah, this brother right here. He straight up.
Okay.
So what was he gonna say? And then it's like I'm trying to do this for a podcast. So later for your real life issues, this is about my views and my popularity, which is crazy.
Which is crazy because here's the thing: there are thousands of other young girls that see that, and they see their reaction, and they say to themselves, "I ain't never gonna mention this. I ain't gonna never bring up that this happened to me because this is the reaction when I bring it up, which is the totally wrong reaction. She should be able to bring it up and out immediately."
I think you died. You want to say something about this?
Oh, you got it.
I was gonna say what Commander Johanna was saying was so heavy, and it goes to show you like why, you know what I mean, them podcasters and any of them cats in the world is not the solution. Like what troubled me the most was the lack of empathy on how they were quick to just say, all right, let's talk about a shootout, to just completely disregard the clear trauma that she's been through. And I seen something earlier in the day where Sukiana was talking about the same thing on how she doesn't allow her young daughters, you know what I mean, and children to listen to her music. You know what I mean? It goes to show, and to water to you, sir, Commander Johanna, why the I.S.U.P.K under you, sir, is the solution for our people where we can get our trauma healed, sir.
No, thanks to y'all. Please, Jim.
Like I said, if I could just say one thing, man. And this is so good for men to see, and probably for the girls that maybe feel jealous about the attention that the good time girl gets. In every generation, everybody knows about the party girl, right? The fun girl, the girl that gets all the attention, all the boys want her. She gets, she goes to the parties and gets so drunk. She looks like Sexy Red and Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice, and she dresses, in clothing that, a decent woman would never wear. She's the good time girl, the party girl. Everyone knows her. Now you know how she got like that. You see, men don't want to look at that side of this promiscuous woman wearing, this clothing that makes her so attractive. Men don't want to know, how do you get a woman that will sleep with anyone, that will get drunk all night, party all night, have fun with? So how do you become a party girl? Sexual assault.
That's it.
Now you know. So now when you're going to the strip club and you want to go see that girl in the strip club that everybody makes all the money that everybody wants, you got that performer that goes on stage in underwear and panties and everybody wants her. Now you know how she got like that, being sexually assaulted. These two, I'm assuming these are less than masculine men. You die. Am I right about that? they seem less than masculine. They don't want her to talk about how she got like this.
Right.
They want to keep up the good time girl facade. Let's get high. Let's get drunk. Let's have a sex party. Let's listen to music and do drugs. That's marketable. It's not marketable to find out how the party girl actually got like that.
That's right.
Salaki.
And go ahead, Mariah. I'm coming after you.
Salaki, sir. If I may, I just want to back up. What General Hyman always talk about, she got the same reaction from them that she got from her own mother.
That's right.
She told her mother about that. She got the same reaction. Like, let's go to something else.
Right.
Right.
And if I could, and it made her believe that is what she is. Yep. It made her believe that she's just a sexual object for men to chase after, and then her to decide who she wants to have sex with.
Yep.
Like that. Like it has totally changed her mind. That's why, as men of God, we could alter this so well if we start just looking at the girls that are not good time girls. If we look at them like they damaged and then bypass them and go after the sisters who look normal and give them, I told you this year is going to be a year for that. Like this is going to be a year where righteous sisters or sisters seeking righteousness are going to begin to rise up in the earth, because there are tons of them. Like all this talk about relationships and this and all this masculinity versus femininity, all of that would be gone if we didn't have to, we didn't have to deal with every other woman being damaged. It would be because she would naturally be a woman.
Yep.
And you would naturally be a man, and you would get together with her, and naturally you would go down the course of a man and a woman. You would not be dealing with some madness that this sister got buried inside her that you ignoring because really you think she's the exciting woman. And listen, and tell me, y'all get me right on this. Women like her are more angry when you want them.
Yep.
They hate the idea that you want them. You wonder why they treat men like that. Them women that you see on TikTok turning around talking about, yeah, nigga got to take me to so-and-so and such and such. Don't nobody put the 2 and 2 together and say, yo, this the reason they acting like this. Don't nobody put it together. They just be like, yo, what's wrong with these girls? What's wrong with them is they damage and they hate the idea that you want them, that you want to take them out and not looking at how messed up that they are. What if you did? What if you did do that? Listen, first of all, what if you got them to start confessing these things? Like, imagine if they all said that to every brother. Could you imagine that? Imagine if you rolled up and you started talking to her and she told you that and you took it serious and you listened to her and heard her out and got her the help she needed. You would change the course of Black America. And let me tell you something else too. Esau uses psychologists to sell music. It's all about the money for him. He could care less about our lives. He knows damaged women and damaged men make good rappers, make good entertainers, are willing to deal with whatever lasciviousness that goes on, and they're able to be used to build up the music industry. Now, how do we get it back? And why is it important for us to get it back? It's important, number one, for us to get it back because our music is what dictates our behavior.
Right.
Our culture. Our culture is built on our music. So if they control the music, they control the culture. And they recruit who they want. What if we decided to recruit who we want?
Right.
What if we decided now every one of those sisters would actually get help? And not, I don't care about which one it is. Any one of them sisters that confess that to you and you listen to, you're going to change her life. You're going to change her life. I don't care if she's sexy red or anything. You saw the little girl come out of her just then.
Yep.
The right brother talked to her and there'd be no more sexy red. Sexy red would retire, take her cash and go live somewhere else, a whole nother life, because sexy red would have finally found a man who would not just want to screw her and not care that she'd been raped, not care that she'd been abused. And then Sexy Red would have known there is a man that cares about women being damaged for real. Every woman is looking for a hero. Am I wrong?
That's right, sir.
Every woman is looking for a hero. A woman that's been assaulted is definitely looking for a hero. But she's performing that sexual act in front of you really as a measure to scrutinize whether or not you're a real man. Get me right. Because if you're not a real man, you going after that. You want some sexy red. But a real brother that has wisdom and understanding, knowledge of the Most High, he's going to look at sexy red and ask himself, what happened to her? What's wrong with her? And he's going to have her tell him. And it's going to change how they operate. And brother, there are so many women, Black, Latino, and Native Indian women that's walking around among us right now that are invisible to you. And the record companies want to make sure they stay visible to you. And them sisters is in conflict because their fathers and mothers is telling them to be a certain way. And they would like to be that way because it's the natural way they are. But Sexy Red and Megan Thee Stallion and what's her name, the Spanish one? Cardi B, I.S.U.P.K. They saying a different story. And all the sisters whose spirits are not strong enough to battle that evil force, they're at the concert learning. Those concerts ain't just music.
That's right.
They educational arenas.
That's right,
Those are mega classes.
You know, that's right.
What they call them? A master class.
Mhm.
Right,
Mhm.
seminars.
Mhm.
Those is master classes on how to be a hoe.
Mhm.
That's master classes on how to take your normal self and start to begin to live like a rape victim, which will usually lead you to be a rape victim. So it'll get authenticated at some point. That's what that does. I yield.
Sir, if I could. If I could. And that's why, sir, what you said, and General Hyman brought out, and you died, and the rest of the brothers so heavy. You have to understand, man, that's why the I.S.U.P.K is so important. When a person comes to the school, you get a chance to change your life. You understand what I'm saying? You get a period of time where you got to really focus on changing you. You know what I mean? If you got issues and different things going on, that's why we have counseling in our school as well to help you fix whatever problem you have, man. Let me tell you something, man. General Hyman been counseling for a very long time under the orders of Commander YAHANNA, been doing an excellent job in healing brothers and sisters, fixing lives, marriages, fixing the broken, making them strong again. All these things are afforded in the I.S.U.P.K. That's why it's very important, brothers and sisters. You come in here, man, focus on changing yourself. You know what I mean? Really get up in here, really focus on changing your life. That's the key. You know what I mean? Like the Bible says, to cry aloud and spare not. We got to continue to cry aloud the truth of the Lord in the Bible, and as to who we are, and not spare nobody's feelings. Because if we spare feelings, look at the result. We got more sisters like the sister right here. You know what I mean? Who brought out her trauma and they downplayed it like it wasn't nothing. Like it really didn't mean nothing. You know what I mean? So we got to continue to cry aloud and spare not. That's it.
Damn right. No, go ahead. I wait till Marah. I'll go after Marah. I just want to add one thing in there too.
Oh, Colonel Wakan, sir. I was just bringing out some of the comments, if I may. Captain Kahan Thamyad, he said that sister revealed more in that confession than with her clothes off, and that was
heavy.
Point.
Big
Yeah,
shout out to
heavy
Captain
point.
Some yard, brother, throwing it down. That was heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Sir, you that? That you want to go now?
I was gonna add. Oh, you had something you was gonna bring out? Oh man, it slipped me. Anyway, go ahead. We'll move on. I was gonna just add one other thing to that. Haas had put a thought in my brain, but I'll leave it to go.
There was another comment up here. I don't know. It was a comment where that sister said, when you tell your husband, he throws it up in your face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bring it up. She said that when she tells her husband,
she's speaking like in general.
When a sister tells her husband, he throw it up in her face.
Mm-hmm.
That's because if I could, that's because your husband is not trained in the I.S.U.P.K. That's right. Mm-hmm. That's why. Like you can't do this with every man. What every man got to do is take this up. Like if every man takes up this and learns from us how to handle this, then guess what? He'll respond properly because he'll be taught properly how to respond. But if you're dealing with a guy in the world and then both of you are doing evil towards each other, then he's just looking for ammunition against you, right or wrong. And you looking for ammunition against him.
That's right.
And since you told him about this, he come up and bring it up later in some other twisted way to hurt you more. And you'll think of something evil to bring up about his mama or something like that, or or some anatomy of his body that you can humiliate him with.
Whatever hurts him.
Whatever hurts him. You'll just throw it back at him. And that'll be that. But if that man learns in this truth, then he takes how you live and what you do seriously, especially if you are his wife, because he needs you to be functioning at top-notch level. Why? Because he got a whole nation to return to bring back. So UBK man need a wife that's ready on the one. Yep. So the last thing he wants you to be is dragged down behind by what has happened to you. So you tell him he's going to take it seriously. So so just for the sister, in case she's wondering, that is in the world. That's why we're trying to bring every brother out the world. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Marah.
If I may, sir, one last comment. Ra'ai loyalty Ya'ala. She said this right here. She said, and she's so destroyed, she didn't even care about them laughing, shaking my head. She didn't even correct them on how serious the rape is. If I could, what that sister said is so true. And it just goes back to the fact that she's more than likely probably used to nobody caring. How did you get, just like you said, how you get to that point? You gotta be, you gotta have some thick skin, if I may say, to for or you have to be used to no one caring about anything that you go through, any trauma that you go through, where brothers laughing in your face and she went right with it, like, oh, all right, you want me to talk about something else? I'll just do that. That's some pain and some real trauma, but you could tell in her facial expression that, she's been through that before.
That's why a lot of you women got a bunch of tattoos. A lot of them tattoos is the expression of the pain. That's your way of expressing the pain so that you don't have to talk about it because you believe nobody wants to hear it. So you put a tattoo on the crack of your behind or down on the back of your neck or in some other part of your body that would usually, only be revealed during sexual incidents, and you do it as a defiance over what has happened to you, or even to demoralize yourself. A lot of women get a bunch of tattoos just to make themselves look less than a decent woman. They want to look like a rat or an animal or a unregulated woman. You know what I'm saying?
I can give you the psychological term.
Damn right.
It's called body dysmorphia.
I heard of it.
Yeah, it's like when you look at your body and your hands and your face and your skin and you go, it's wrong.
Yeah.
Something is missing. It's not right. It's not right. And then you just start fixing it. You start drawing all over yourself and, fixing this and fixing that. And before you know it, you're covered in tattoos, trying to look better, trying to express something that's inside of yourself that just is not out there yet.
Yeah.
And it's a clinical term.
Yeah, you're right. And here's the evil part about it. The thing that you're looking at that doesn't look right, believe it or not, is what's left of your innocence.
There you go.
Like you trying to get rid of your innocence, so you now start putting tattoos on you so that you could not look so innocent.
Yep.
So you could look common.
That's right.
You understand? And for the sister that said that her husband was in the UPK, bring him to counsel. Bring that man to counsel. Man, if a brother, y'all say that. I don't, I see. I get in some of these councils, the story be totally different. So I ain't saying that, sis, but if a brother in the UPK is throwing it in your face what has happened to you to demoralize you, you should bring it to counsel. You need marriage counsel.
Yep.
You need a marriage counsel because something is amiss in the team. And definitely we can get it straight. Muhammad and the other brothers will sit down with you, camp leaders, so yada, 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 get y'all straight on that because that's a small thing that could easily be fixed. You know what I'm saying? Small thing. Go ahead. We done on that?
We'll go to Stephen A. Smith one.
The next story is a big story that happened, earlier, sir, about Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Sir. Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp.
You might need some background on this,
sir.
Okay, there's a female basketball player and a that's playing women's basketball. And the women's basketball notoriously.
Yeah, I heard about it. Like she's supposed to be like she's like the new white host.
There you go.
And they all love her and they talking about her. But then I heard black women started getting on there like, hold up, her scoring ain't that great. She don't play that well. You understand? And all of that. Go ahead, take it from there, Salaki.
Khan, sir. Yeah, Caitlin Clark is the new White Hope, the new Larry Bird. And she got a lot of publicity, a lot of money behind her. And the sisters in the WNBA are killing it. I'm talking about a few extra elbows in games. Cooking her defensively, a bunch of turnovers, embarrassing the sister. And Stephen A. Smith, we went over it last week too, sir.
Yeah.
Where LeBron James and Charles Barkley came out in defense of the devil. Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp was trying to defend her. And this
can I tell Commander Julian one part you died?
Sir.
I think this is the part that's so pertinent to this. There are just throngs of black men who want her protected like she was a precious jewel. I mean, they're acting like the women who play against her are wrong for just not letting her score, for just not, in essence, helping her ascension. And they're wrong for playing her, for actually giving her some game. They're wrong for it. And it's a lot of famous black men that are angry at the black women in the WNBA for trying to stop her ascension and her coronation.
If I could,
please,
y'all gonna be mad with me.
Oh Lord,
them brothers is right. No, I'm gonna tell you why.
Go ahead.
It sounds crazy, but I'm gonna tell you why them brothers is right. Because them brothers understand something that you dumb dykes in women's basketball do not understand. What you don't understand is that this is a business. This is not about NBA trophies. Oh, what's it called? The WBA?
WNBA.
This is not about WNBA trophies. You're the dummy. The ones of you that's, taking steroids, cutting your breast off, you understand, trying to be men, redressing yourself like men. You all into the basketball trying to be a basketball star like a male basketball star. That woman's basketball nonsense has finally become what they always wanted it to become, which was a nice, beautiful haven for lesbian women. Let's be real. It's basically a lesbian organization at this point.
Yeah.
You understand? A few heterosexuals in there. Now, let's move on to the business side. You big dummies, you're not making the money the men make. You're complaining. You're crying and complaining and you're beefing that you don't make the money the men make. And now they're trying to help your dumb ass. How are they trying to help? They giving you a white hope. They telling you why. They telling your dumb ass why you ain't selling no tickets. You ain't selling no tickets because a white man don't want to see a 6'2" black braid wearing bull dagger run down the basketball court. It's not attractive. Am I lying?
No, you're right.
It's not attractive to a white man unless he's gay. And even the gay ones ain't interested in that. And it is why you're not filling up the arenas. So what did they do? They tried to help your dumb ass out. They went out, got a white girl that had a little looks, probably the only one on the Eastern Hemisphere that can play a little basketball. And they brought her in and tried to make her a superstar so that you could get some money in the women's basketball. And that's why those famous ball players, Muhammad, is acting the way they acted.
Okay, come on.
They acting that way because they know if you don't let this white girl get to her, if she don't become Jesus of the women's basketball league, you dykes are going to be broke. They'll start moving you out and eliminating you and ending everything that you're doing. So these brothers are saying, let her play. They basically saying what really goes on in sports anyway. Let her win. Like y'all supposed to let her become Michael Jordan. She need to go up there with that old white skirt on and that white skin and what's that old one that was stuck in Russia? Right. She need to come up on the Bryner up with a double pass under with the spin. Crash! She need to make CNN that night. What's the white girl name? Huh? Kaylin. Right. They needed the news should be Kaylin Clark slams on Brittany Ryder. Like y'all don't understand. Nobody takes the basketball serious, but you dummies. This beast is about his money. They doing it in the NBA. They came out with it. Yeah. They told the referees, don't you dare fine Michael Jordan. They told them that. Yeah, that's right. They said you can fine people, but don't fine him. Mm-hmm. He's filling the stadium up. Same with LeBron James. You think them referees is in there just being, decent referees? They know who to check and who not to check. They know how to work the points and not work the points. They done caught a few of them. The whole, what's the sports betting that they got out? That sports betting was created because mobsters were paying off judges in sports games. So here's what they would do. They would pay the judges and say, you got to make this team lose. And then they would bet on the other team, knowing that they had the judges in their pocket. So everybody that bet on this team made money. Everybody bet on this team, who was the favorite, lost money. That's how they ran the scam. And so out of that, they started the sports betting. And then sports betting became big and famous. Nobody cares. It's just basketball. They don't care if it's NBA. What's the football? NFL. It's a business, and a business that needs heroes. Like, you can't have Michael Jackson and Prince on the same stage in the same concert performing. It's a problem, because people gonna want to know, well, which one is the star? Which one's the bigger one? Which one's the one for everybody to worship? Because that's what it's about, making gods so you can worship them. So they wouldn't. That's why you never saw them on the stage together. You ain't never went to no concert. They did it one time. One time they put them both up on the stage, and both of them performed for 1 minute, and that was the only time in their entire careers that they ever both. And it was because Michael Jackson wanted Prince to get up on the stage, because Michael Jackson wanted to take him on to show him that he was better than him. And they had like a little single performances. But they don't do that with stars. Why? Because they need you to worship them stars. And you, being the dummy, will go worship them players like they somebody special. And that's how they make money. That's how they sell jerseys. That's how they sell mugs. Your little child gets a little jersey for Michael Jordan, gets posters in his bedroom. Michael Jordan, all that is money for the beast. He don't care about you. He don't care about the fairness of the game. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Nobody care about that. You understand? They knew who was going to win the Super Bowl before it even started.
Yep. Come.
Only one that didn't know about it is the dummies on the field. You didn't know. They knew. They said sometimes they would hire players to sabotage their own team for big money. Big money. You sat right or wrong. You sabotage a game, get $500,000 in a suitcase on your way on the bus to the next city in cash. Meanwhile, you out for that long pass. You've been catching this pass since you were 6 years old. That pass coming into the infield, you two yards from the end zone, and all of a sudden you stumble and fall. They've been doing that. So that's why I say them brothers is right. They trying to let them women know that they trying to raise some money, and that if them women play along, they'll give them a little bit of that money. But to do it, they need a hope, and it ain't going to be a black female dyke. That's not going to make the nation say, "Come on, let's go." No, but a white hope. Ooh, leading the black girls.
Come.
A white girl coming down court, got the black girls behind her, man. Braids in her hair. You know, that white hair, Miss Ann. What's the character they got? Wonder Woman. That's who that bitch is. That bitch is Wonder Woman. Y'all blocking Wonder Woman from saving the universe of the WNBA. That's what that garbage is. Salah, God, you.
Bullseye, right. Damn right.
You know, man.
Good night.
Oh, Slug.
Go ahead. You want to do that?
Yeah, any one of y'all got.
Go ahead.
Honorable Khan, sir. Jury finds Donald Trump guilty on all 34 counts at hush money trial.
If I could, real quick, General Q, big shout out to General Kobalamov. He said bread and circus, which is exactly what the Greeks did and the Romans. Bread and circus. When the people got restless, they brought in the circus. And that's exactly what they're doing right here. And listen, and that's why they pumping it up. They know it's going to be riots in the streets and madness over these elections. They need you engrossed in them football games, wearing the jersey. Some cats got the ball while they at the game. They at the game, got their personal ball. Watching the game, they need that. They need that. Because without that, you might think about how horrible the neighborhood you live in and the world you in and what's been done to you for the last 400 years. Go ahead, Ox. Salaki.
Honorable Khan, sir. Honorable Khan. Donald Trump became the first U.S. president to be convicted of a crime on Thursday when a New York jury found him guilty of falsifying documents to cover up payment to silence a porn star ahead of the 2016 election.
Thank God. Thank God. It means really nothing, because more than likely he may become president.
Yep.
They're giving him so much attention. Was you about to say something? No. They giving him so much. Was you about to say something?
No, sir.
They giving him so much attention that, I mean, it's going to be hard to beat him. Even though, don't nobody care about these felonies. Everybody think the government's corrupt. So don't nobody trust them any damn way. So he looking like he on his way for another win, just like he was the first time. Now, whether he win or not win, I'm going to be shocked if they put him in jail. I'm going to be shocked. You know what it would take to put him in jail? And they said, big shout out to General Q again. They said he raised $200 million. 30 million the next day, which is a record. He raised the most money in a presidential campaign in one day in the history of presidential campaigns. That's how much money they sent him. Like, they mad as hell. And so they're going into it. We'll see. But thank the Lord he at least charged him with those crimes, because, brother, we had to suffer. We had to suffer those Issacharite and other tribes' babies in them damn cages, man, with that tin foil around them. And then they lost 1,500 babies. No accountability, no nothing. They just gone. These people are monsters, man. And they just signed a deal. What's the African country they sending into Haiti?
Nigeria.
It's either Kenya or Kenya. Like, they getting ready to send them Africans into Haiti to take over Haiti, which was the plan all along. They're going to now take over Haiti, and they're going to ruin that country. They're going to ruin that country. And that's a reward. That reward, Haiti is a reward for staying loyal to the United States while Russia is gathering up the earth. Like, that's what that is. And, brother, it is a painful thing to see. That now our tribe's going to be under a Hamite, the lowest thing on earth. The lowest of all the earth tribes of earth has been them Hamites after they reign. And now they over the top of us. And that's not going to be the only place. They're going to do it. They're going to give up other places on this side of the world to let them do what they do. Them East Indians made havoc of Trinidad. To this day, the Trinidadians is fighting tooth and nail to survive in that country. And other countries just like it that have them them East Indians in there, man. You know what I mean? Like ignoring your race is a ridiculous joke. That's why white people are mad. They mad at the border. Why? They ain't mad. They don't care how many people come across that border with all the land they got. They care about how many people that come across that border that ain't ethnically them. How you know that? Ukrainians came over. You didn't hear a damn thing. More Ukrainians came to the United States, right or wrong, than the Mexicans during that period of time, than the Venezuelans during that period of time. They don't care how many, but you know how much land this country has, man? This country barely is holding down what, 10, maybe 25% of the land? The rest of the land is nothing but trees and woods and the deserts. You think they care about how many people come up in here? They care about how many non-white people come up in here. And Donald Trump helped push that thing to the max. He was a monster when it came to us. Turned around and made a big joke about cops taking brothers and slamming their heads when they get in the car. And the reason that thing was so bad is because it upped the abuse. You reading about it right now, where them cats took that car, where this cat took that car and ran over and killed that brother. And a couple years during the Donald Trump reign, they had a video, a dash cam video of a white police officer in Texas that jumped the curb and hit that brother against the wall. Do y'all remember that? Hit that brother against the wall and killed that brother. And now there's another one that went and did it. This never happens to white people.
So I remember at a rally, Donald Trump had a rally. I'm sure if you want the video, they could find it, where some brother was heckling Donald Trump. And Donald Trump said, get him out of here, but hit him, give him a hit before he leaves. And some oppressor elbowed him in the face.
Yes, he did.
Right as the brother was walking out of the Donald Trump rally.
Yep.
He did just as Donald.
He did. And you want to hear something amazing? They went to court. When they came out of court, he got convicted. But you know, they let him out. And when he got outside, brother, and the cat said, yeah, man, you know, that was wrong what you did. Wasn't personal. I was here for the rally, but you know what I'm saying? I should have had a chance to speak. You know, he's speaking. Yeah. The Edomite said, you know, it was just, you know, we just got to get this country together. Never apologized to the brother. Just made it like we got to get the country together. Oh, yeah, you got the footage right there, Marah. Marah, play that footage for everybody. That's the footage right there. Oh! Look at the brother punched him dead in his face. I mean, not the brother, the Edomite. Punched him dead in his. He leaves. Oh! That was an old Edomite too, and they convicted him for it. You know what I'm saying? But of course, nothing never happened, and that was his opportunity to harm a brother, because that young brother would have probably whooped his behind if he was anywhere else. But once again, man, you trying to pretend like you can work together with these people. These people have long since lost respect for the Lord's chosen. But you got to raise up a nation that has dignity and respect for itself, that empowers itself, that identifies its own culture, that rejects those that reject them. You raise that nation up before Christ, and then you'll be able to come up. Then you won't be in no Donald Trump rally. You be telling black people, what are you doing? That's right. What are you doing? This cat ran on the fact that he called the Mexicans rapists. How you gonna call a whole tribe, a whole nation, you just gonna make them all out to be rapists, thieves, rapists? They're sending gang members, they're sending this, all kinds of people probably coming over. Do you know what kind of animals they sent over here from Ukraine? You ain't even figured it out yet. And go ahead, Marah Salagia.
And paid him to come over, $80 billion.
Right, paid him to come over. Listen, met him at the airport with cookies and donuts as they got off the plane. Care packages, had housing waiting for them before they got off the plane. And the ones that couldn't make it in, they came through the Mexican border, they let them right on through. Yep. Like, when we going to wake the hell up, man, and recognize that we are a people separate from everybody else? Like, and this is what I don't never understand. Okay, in a regular, if you in high school, let's say, you go to high school, you in the yard, you come in or in the lunchroom, anybody that treats you like they don't want nothing to do with you, you egg them right back. And when you get with your crew and y'all strong, you still egg them back until they come to you and be like, look, we ain't mean to be like that with you. You know what I'm saying? We see y'all all right. We ain't trying to mess with y'all. You keep them right or wrong. You keep them on the other side.
That's right.
But we don't do that. We the idiots that go into the lunchroom, see that we hated, and come groveling to the people that hate us. We come begging to them, can I sit at y'all lunch table? I'll give you my milk. That's us. Like, we shameful for that. And that's why you will never have no dignity. We'll never, ever have no dignity. They can't wait to recruit those black and Latino cops just for them to be corrupt. They cannot wait for it. Just for them to be corrupt. Just for them to say, see, we tried. We tried. Meanwhile, he bringing in truckloads of dope to the Lord's chosen people. Brother, wake up. Sister, wake up. Like, our lives are different. I'm going to let it go. Our lives got to be different. Go ahead.
You done? Got another story, sir, about a pastor that was caught in the vehicle with an underage boy.
A pastor?
A pastor.
I'm not surprised. You got tape?
Kind of one con, sir.
I'm not surprised. I am totally not surprised. You preachers are a disgusting bunch of bastards, man. Like, you can't resist no dainty. You can't resist no dainty. And you vain and proud. You in them churches, you arrogant. I'm sitting in the Sunday. I'm sitting in one of them, you know, little restaurants they have, you know, like Applebee's or one of them TGI, one of them. And I'm sitting in there, and I'm by the door, and I'm eating, and they short staffed. And the girl is just as nice as she could be. She's running back up to them. Hi, guys. You know, We're short staffed. We're waiting for new stuff, some staff to come in. Please be patient with me. I'll get y'all seated and set up. Brother, the minute she walk away, every church member, and this is Sunday, so it's the time they come in. They mad as hell walking back out the restaurant. She come running back up to the next one, and they just walking the hell out. And this is the nicest sister trying to do her job, probably trying to pay her bills and take care of her kids. And meanwhile, she left on her own. And of course, these impatient, grubby ass, disgusting Christians, because that's what you are. You are the most thoughtless, rude, arrogant, self-centered people that somebody will ever meet. They was incensed that they had to wait to be seated in a bullshit restaurant. Like you ain't finna spend $500. You will spend a little $50 in here, if that, for your little burgers and fries or whatever it is you getting, and you in here acting like you supposed to be, like the maitre d' supposed to come out with a towel over his hand, talking about, may I help you this evening? It was ridiculous. You should have saw that. 4, 5 of them, big as a refrigerator, squeezed into a Mazda, and so forth. Salaki. With hats and scarves and looking like roosters coming out of a damn barn. It's Salaki. You know what I mean? It was horrible. It was shameful. And once again, they proved that that's not the people we can have in charge. Listen, you go to a restaurant, and once again, this is what psychologists say. I didn't even say this. Psychologists say you can tell the character of a person by the people they treat who they do not have to treat right. Like if you go and sit down in the restaurant and you sitting there with a sister and she's arrogant and rude to the waiter for no reason, that sister got a problem because the waiter is there serving her. Like, why are you angry at somebody who serves you? If you angry at somebody that serves you, that means you have some issue with power that you can't control. You can't regulate yourself. You got to harm whoever you have the ability to harm. And that's Christians in church.
Yep.
That's y'all in church.
Come.
You being taught to be evil to whoever you could be evil to. Because as far as y'all concerned, everybody's evil except y'all. Only ones you respect on Sunday is somebody that got that church dress on, or one of them brothers in them suits looking. And I mean, you should see the sugar in the tanks up in there. I mean, and it's like nobody see it. It's a joke. Like church has become a joke, and they rude as hell. Go ahead, I yield, Salaki. I'm all over y'all. Please.
How's it going, sir?
Hey, how are you?
Stepping out of here for me? Shut the door for me. How's it going, man? You have any weapons on you or anything like that?
No, sir.
You got ID on you?
Occupants were seen pulling their pants up. Here's what happened next.
How's it going, sir?
Hey, how are you?
Stepping out of here for me? Shut the door for me. How's it going, man? You have any weapons on you or anything like that?
No, sir.
You got ID on you?
Yes.
You have your ID on you?
No.
You don't have any ID on you?
No identification.
It's all right, sir. I'll get your name. You step over here. Go to my car right there.
Okay.
Step over there. You stand right there. Lean on the car.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
For me. Put your hands on the car. Now I'm just going to pat you down for weapons, okay? Here, right here. Stand in the car. Hands on the car for me. You have anything on you?
No. Well, I have my phone on you.
That's fine. Just leave it there.
Are we being detained?
Yes, that's right now. Here on private property. Oh, you can put your hands on the car. Don't lean on the car. Just put your hands on the car. Put your feet. You have anything on you? No.
My phone.
Just your phone. No weapons or nothing like that. What's that? Your headphones?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put them back in there.
So do we just have to leave? Or?
Yeah, right now I'm gonna get your information first, and then we'll figure out from there. Okay. All right, you go ahead and lean around the car for me. Turn around. Just lean on the car right there. What's your name?
Alfonso.
Alfonso.
A-L-F-O-N-Z-O.
Yeah.
Last name?
Joseph.
All right, what's your date of birth?
11/6/73.
All right, just stand right there for a second.
What are you guys doing? Obviously, it's kind of obvious. Who's he to you?
Huh?
Who's he to you?
Just a friend, I guess.
So, who's this guy?
A friend of mine.
Okay, how old is he?
18.
Okay.
Do you have a driver's license though?
No.
Don't have any kind of identification?
No.
Where's he live?
In the section.
So, what's his name? What's his last name?
I don't know his last name. I always call him.
Okay. So, what are you guys doing out here?
We was just chilling. That's all.
Just chilling.
It was getting hot in the car, so I just took my shirt off.
Well, when I walked up, you were putting your shorts on.
No, my shorts. Because a lot of times when my shorts, they get kind of stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like trying to fix them.
Okay.
Because when you sit in the car, it get wet. Sometimes you get wet.
Okay. So, will you see how it looks? I come up, you two are in the back seat.
Right. Because the front seat, the front seat is like far away from me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, just talking, communicating, trying to get to know him, and that was it.
But you see how it looks to me?
I got you.
You guys are in the back.
I got you.
Doing something. Because as soon as we turned our lights on, you started moving around real fast.
Yeah, because it's a secluded place,
mm-hmm.
and we wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
And I understand.
And there's not supposed to be anybody back here.
Oh no.
No, there's a no trespassing sign over by the entrance over there.
Wow.
How long you been up here?
How long I've been out here?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 15 minutes.
Okay.
And I was just getting ready to drop him off home.
Okay.
Am I going to jail?
No, no one's going to jail. I just told you it was just to be detained because you're on private property, okay? It's a no trespassing sign right on the front.
Okay.
All right, you guys are in no trespassing area, okay? It's not free to go until we figure out what's going on, okay?
Where were you guys coming from?
Oh, you just come from this house.
Oh, okay.
Can I put my shirt on because of mosquitoes?
No, I'd just rather you stay out of the car for right now. Just try and smack them off.
Real quick. That's why when a disgusting preacher like T.D. Jakes does a sermon, "Have you ever been swallowed?"
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's a problem. Because he's trying to get swallowed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. Go ahead.
On the thing, it said that they met online a day and he was 16. When did that come across from the comments and the thing?
Yeah, that's why they got him blurred out.
Yeah.
He's underage.
Yeah.
Can I say one?
Please.
Did you want to play it again? Do we have more?
There's more footage before they get to the park.
Okay, it's the same. Because let me tell you, because this is also coincidental and appropriate, because I believe today is the beginning of Pride Month.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I believe that is today.
Come.
And this is very appropriate because just so, for those of you that don't know, the whole Pride movement comes from incidents that were happening in in New York.
Mm-hmm.
In New York, Stone.
Yeah.
Stonewall.
Okay.
And Stonewall, it was a LGBT club called Stonewall, and the police were constantly harassing LGBT members at the nightclubs, in the bathhouses, and there was a big revolt against the police at this nightclub called Stonewall, and the police went in there and they abused their authority. I'm giving you the story from the LGBT community.
Yeah.
The police abused their authority.
That's right.
The police were harassing them in the bathhouses. The police were harassing them in the Anvil and in Stonewall. And they made this movement and celebrated every year of the Stonewall Revolution against
the Stone Riots.
Stonewall Riots.
Stonewall
Riots. They made a whole month out of it, and they're celebrated because it happened in 1969, the greatest year in recent history. Give that a hand. And they attach, and just like our oppressor, they attach their struggle to have sex in public with our struggle for freedom.
That's right.
With our struggle for rights, with our struggle for humanity. They think that this is their right.
That's right.
To get into a car outside.
That's right.
I mean, outside.
Right.
And to have sex.
With your child.
With a child. And somehow they're angry at the police, and this becomes a civil rights movement to have sex in the street,
right,
in an alley, in a nightclub.
Right.
So you have to have sex in the bathhouse.
Exactly.
You can't go into the privacy of a home. No, they consider it oppression if they have to have sex inside.
That's right.
They consider that oppression. And what I'm telling you can look this up. This is why they celebrate Pride Month, because the police were trying to stop them from having sex in a nightclub.
That's right.
And now here we are today, a pastor wants to have sex in his car with your 16-year-old boy. That's what he wants to do. And they'll celebrate it for the month of June. Congratulations.
And can I, if I could add to what Muhammad is saying, Muhammad mentioned the club, the Anvil. Many of you may not know about this one. David Dinkins was mayor of New York City. And the sodomites were in full swing against any persecution all during this time. And David Dinkins got hell because he said, listen, there is a nightclub in the village called the Anvil, and I have to shut this club down. And he had to let them know in public because it was a sodomite club that refused to be shut down. Let me tell you why he had to shut it down. This was a nightclub that they were partying in. And in this nightclub, they had a full-fledged tub that you take a bath in the middle of the dance floor. The tub was in the middle of the dance floor. And men would get in the tub. You know where it's going.
Yeah, John.
And people partying in the club would go up to the tub while dancing and partying, Muhammad, and relieve themselves in the tub, in public, in the club. He had to call in the health department. That was the only way he could get it to shut down. Because if he had shut it down by just the cops shutting it down, it would have been a problem. But he said he called in the health department to shut it down. They were masturbating into the tub in public. And it wasn't just a regular club. It was one of them clubs where they wear the leather, like Prince be wearing with the behind cheeks out, and the hat with the studs, and the whip, and all of that. You know, yeah, right. They stole that from us, the Cowboys and the brothers in the troop. And they took that masculinity and turned it into that garbage right there, and was in this club doing disgusting things. And he had to shut it down. That's what they were fighting for, like you said. That's what this pride nonsense is about. Let's just finish it, because the cop is going down, if y'all want. The cop is going to make him confess. Is going to trick him into a confession, if you want to see that part.
If the people can hear it, I'm not
Can
sure
they hear
if they can.
If y'all are y'all hearing it so far? Can you hear the tape? Give me a 1 if you can hear the tape, fam. When it was playing earlier, were you able to hear it? Adolfo said fire. Let's go play it. Let's see if they can hear it, Marah. Oh, yeah. Trooper Halak said it's okay. Everybody come chiming in. It's a 1s all the way when they heard it. Let's play it. The water, y'all. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and I understand.
There's not supposed to be anybody back here.
Oh, no?
No, there's a no trespassing sign over by the entrance over there. How long you been up here?
How long I've been out here? Maybe 15 minutes.
Okay.
And I was just getting ready to drop him off home.
Okay.
No one told you. I just told you it was just to be detained because you're on private property, okay? It said no trespassing sign right on the front.
Okay.
All right, you guys are in no trespassing area, okay? It's not free to go until we figure out what's going on, okay?
Where were you guys coming from?
Oh, you just
now you can
Oh, okay.
Can I put my shirt on? Go.
No, I'd just rather you stay out of the car for right now. Just try and smack them off.
So who is he to you?
Just a friend.
Where'd you meet him?
I met him a couple days ago, and then we wanted to meet up just to get to know him, and that was it. Yeah. Nothing crazy, you know.
Nothing crazy? So you met him online, you said?
No, well, not online. I met him like we was in Walmart one day, and then.
So you guys just met up in Walmart? How did you guys just like face to face?
When I met him online in Walmart, then he texted me online.
So how did he get your number?
Who?
He said he texted you. You guys met in Walmart, and then he started texting you a lot.
Yes, online.
Okay, so so you guys were just both shopping at Walmart, and then you guys
Yeah.
started talking in Walmart when you guys saw each other?
Right.
Okay.
I asked him a few questions, like he was this place, and he was like telling me where he came from, and I was telling him where I came from, and then that was it.
You guys exchanged phone numbers at that point, and
Yeah.
Okay. And then so what'd you do? Pick him up from his house?
Yeah.
Or?
I you know, from inside. Because I work late, so I said, well, maybe just come and talk over here.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
and I didn't know it was a no trespassing sign. I knew it used to be a golf course.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was a no trespassing sign, because other than that, I wouldn't have been over here.
Yeah. Okay. How old are you?
I'll be 48.
Okay. What were you guys doing?
Huh?
What were you guys doing?
We were just sitting back talking, and I told the cop, I said, I took my shirt off because it was getting hot in the car. And then he said, I was trying to fix something. I said, yeah, I was fixing my shirt because a lot of times when you sweat, your shorts get...
Your car's on, isn't it?
Yeah, but the AC is, you know...
Pretty new Toyota.
Yeah, it is pretty new. But sometimes it gets hot, so...
Yeah. Well, you guys have your pants down.
I
You
didn't
don't
have
have to
my
lie.
pants down.
I kind of figured what's going on.
I didn't have my pants down, though.
No, he did.
He had his pants down? Oh, wow.
So, you're not gonna tell me what's going on? No.
That was...
If that's what you guys are doing, that's what you guys are going to do.
Right.
At some point.
Right.
It is what it is.
Right.
You know, people do it all the time, but you don't need to lie.
Okay. Yeah, I was sucking him.
Okay. All right.
Wait, back up, hold up. Let me tell you something, Esau is the most subtle beast of the field. Not too far, Marah. Like, when you get arrested, you ask for a lawyer immediately. Because I'm not saying, because I don't, he should have got caught.
There you go.
And listen, and he was nervous. He was nervous because he knew he was guilty. But if you know you're not guilty, just ask for a lawyer. Because you don't want to get caught up in there. Because this beast, brother, his tone of voice, his questions, the way he's riding with it. Listen closely. You're going to see him admit what the hell he did. Go ahead.
Everybody else heard him. So maybe
Everybody here.
They all heard
Play it one more time. Just a little bit behind.
No.
That was...
If that's what you guys are doing, that's what you guys are going to do.
Right.
At some point.
Right.
It is what it is.
Right.
You know, people do it all the time, but you don't need to lie.
Okay. Yeah, I was sucking him.
Okay. All right. Was he with anybody at Walmart when you met him, or was he by himself?
He was by himself.
And you pause it. What this dummy don't know is the cop, the whole conversation with the cop was to get him to admit that, because now he got the charge, and they're going to put the handcuffs on him. And he should have been caught for it. Because it was the evilest damn thing in the world to do, you understand, to that child.
If I could say, and it's so bold, when if you're a pastor in the Christian church, just have sex with boys in church like you always do.
Right.
Why even go into your car when you can do it right at the pulpit?
Right.
Which is where you usually do it. So like
he was so greedy, he had to get more online. He met the boy online.
He met the boy online.
Yeah, he met him online, offered to take him shopping. Remember, he was bringing it out. He was offering to take him shopping. And then, of course, you understand, they get into this evil shit here.
If I could, sir, that's the blueprint for the Christian church. You know, remember not T.D. Jakes. What's the cat name? What's the muzzle-bound cat? Eddie Long. Eddie Long did pretty much the same thing. So Eddie Long had more money than him.
You can keep going if you want.
Yeah. Eddie Long had more money than this cat. Eddie Long taking him on airplane trips. All he could do was drive around the car and go to Walmart. But Eddie Long was taking them on trips across seas to the Bahamas and all that.
To Australia.
Especially young kids. You know what I mean? Like this is the blueprint for the Christian church. This is what they do. You understand what I'm saying? It's what they do. Slocky, sir.
Right, like that. Go ahead, Mara.
So, like I said, if I could bring out a comment to Zay H said to about what General Hyman said about being in the church. He said he didn't want God to see him in his house.
He tried to hide in the backseat of the car late at night. Huh?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. You know, man. Damn, Q said he was gonna go home and kiss his wife goodnight.
Oh yeah.
Like, you black women, boy, you married to somebody in church. You married to one of them purple faggots. You better be. You better tap his phone. All that. You better tap his phone. You better put something on it, do something. Get an investigator or do something, because a lot of you is married to them sodomites and you don't even know it. Yeah. When the next sodomite disease come around, it's all going to be revealed.
Yeah.
All your nastiness is about to come on out. Go ahead, you nice.
If I could, Commander YAHANNA, would you bring it out so heavy, sir? I told you about it last week. That's the reason why Nate's wife want them women in there on their menstrual cycles, because Big Frida and Nate like to party. Exactly.
You know, man. a youth fought. They in there fostering an effeminate spirit in that place, man, which is horrible as hell. Like, once again, the world is trying to become sodomites like it was in the past. This is just the natural course of the world. The only thing against the natural course of the world is the Most High. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. That's the only thing that's against the natural course of this evil world. You understand? Hey, I think we about ready to wrap it up, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I want to tell everybody, man, please pay your tithes. Support this truth, ISUPK.com. Hit up the like, subscribe, support this truth, share it. Share this tape around, share this show around. Get everybody involved that you can. Let us know in the comments. Hey, comment with me in the week. I'll be checking your comments, man. I'll be talking with you in the week, getting, back and forth with everything going on. What's the next high holy day coming up? Feast of First Fruits. You got a date for me? June 17th. Feast of First Fruits. That's the day after that Juneteenth holiday. All right. I believe it's that Monday. Everybody jump on board. Support this truth. We good?
Yes,
ISUPK.com is the website. Go pay your tithes, y'all. See y'all next time. Live on got the heavy hitters in the building. General Muhammad. Holding it down. General Hazar Young. Holding it down. Officer Marah. Officer Yediah. Officer Mathumya. Officer Akbar. Big team up in here. Doing it every week, man. I'll see y'all next time live on the UPK. Man. Yeah, play my tape.
Hello, Domino's? Yeah, let me get 50 chicken wings. Huh? Who's this? Oh, how you doing? Yeah, let me get 50 chicken wings. Yeah, it is a celebration. Yeah, we celebrate. What we celebrate? Matter of fact, you know what? Make it 100 wings. What we celebrating? Oh, Donald Trump got convicted yesterday, 34 count. Yeah, man. So we celebrate. Let me do that 100 wings. Are you, huh? Yeah, yep, that's the same Donald Trump. That's the Donald Trump that had the Mexican babies locked up in cages. Yep, that's him. Had them locked up in cages. Now they charge him with 34 count. That's the same one that when Mexicans died coming across over the whole little river thing, coming across, from Mexico, he said that's good. Maybe it'll deter them from coming into the country. Yeah, that's him. Matter of fact, you know what, man? This is such a big celebration. Make it 150 wings. Make it 150 wings. Yeah. Who wants it? Yeah, 150. Yeah, man. Yup. It's the same. It's the same Donald Trump who took out a one-page ad against the Central Park 5 even after they was acquitted. Yeah, that was him. Slandered them brothers, man. You know what I mean? Messed their whole lives up. Yeah, man. It's the same Donald Trump that also, huh? No, barbecue, all barbecue. Yeah, that's the same Donald Trump that turned around and locked up Mexicans who had fought in the military, even after they made a deal. They had made a deal that they were going to be able to get their citizenship, and man, they was coming back from the service, and he was locking them up and deporting them, man, by the busload. Yup. Yeah, the one that was president before Biden. The one that was president right before Biden. That's him. He did all kinds of racist things. Remember in his rally, what'd you say? Yes. I was about to say the same thing. In his rally, he turned around and said, when you went to put him in the police car, you banged their head against the door. He was the one that said that. Yeah, man. This cat been a terror on blacks and Latinos and Native Americans. He threw out so many immigrants all across the country. Yeah, you know what? You get me started. Make it 200 wings, man. I tell you what, give me 150 barbecue and give me another 50 of the habanero ones. Can y'all do all this tonight? Because it's going to be a big celebration, man. We're going to have a good time, man. So we need, yeah.
That's all right, my friend. Don't worry. With $1